All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for today's Solutions for Success. My name is Jonathan Hamilton. I'm the president here at Point Alliance. Today's session, the topic will be augmenting Microsoft Teams with Poly devices. So many of you will be familiar with Poly or Plantronics. And being a hardware vendor. Some of you may have some of their equipment, some may not, but they are certainly a key partner to Microsoft. And John Zeri is going to join us today to explain a little bit about what some of that hardware is, how it plays with Microsoft Teams, and I think there's even going to be a live demo of John showing you some of this equipment live in our office, which we like to use as a showcase because we definitely use a lot of the equipment ourselves at Point Alliance. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to John and he'll take you on a deeper dive of what the Poly offerings are and how they work.
Thank you so much, Jonathan, for introduction. I'm very excited about today, and again, as Jonathan mentioned, we're going to walk through our office, and that's something we have not done that on these webinars, but I'm sure it's going to go well, or it will be interesting. And in the meanwhile, please, if you have any questions, please put it in the chat and make sure we get it answered. We monitor the chat, and we are recording this session. We're going to be posted on our social media and our Point Alliance YouTube channel, and also a copy of the presentation because there are a bunch of links here that you will need to refer to in the future. It's going to be posted also on our website, so please feel free to check it out. So just again, a little bit about Point Alliance, Microsoft Teams. Of course, we are on it right now. We know what it is. Poly solutions for Microsoft Teams. As I mentioned, Poly device demo and walkthrough. And we're also going to have a draw today for the Poly devices. So thank you for being here. And we're going to do a quick question and answer, but feel free to post your question anytime. Don't have to wait. So Point Alliance, we are proud that we have received our Modern Workplace designation as of last month, and that's thanks to our staff. Our team is 100% Microsoft certified, and you can find more information about our company on our website. And again, my name is John Zari. You can find me on LinkedIn, and that's my email. I'm a Microsoft Teams administrator associate, certified, and I love everything about Teams. And of course, Poly is the extension of what that does. And as you heard the introduction from my colleague, Jonathan Hamilton, and that's his information. So again, over the last few years, our life has changed, and we have been constantly using the collaboration more than ever we did before. And thanks to Microsoft Teams, with 300 million active daily users right now, has give us that tool to be able to kind of be on these type of calls like webinars, on the chat, on the video calls, and collaborate on documents. So as extension of that thing is that become the devices. How are we able to communicate for our meetings and so on? So that's why the Poly come to the picture. Again, Poly is not the only vendor. Poly is our preferred vendors because we love their devices. They have a vast variety of the devices for all your needs, and that's why make it is a preferable choice there. So again, Poly have Microsoft Teams certified devices, and again, it's all about flexibility and how well it works and the quality of the hardware. Again, I have not come across any other vendors that have such an amazing quality, and also looks good. It's not just the quality. The sound quality is amazing. The cameras is phenomenal, and we will be able to showcase that to you shortly. So we're going to emphasize on three areas, which is related to Microsoft Teams. We're going to talk about the headsets, the phones and the speaker phones, and the video conferencing that the Poly offers. And we're going to show you those devices. Again, Headsets is one of the most common things that people are familiar with the poly devices, and they come different variety and different needs because again, for you might need a different headset for management than the call center, that the person is mobile and so on. So that they have really a good mix of devices available, and also depends what type of devices you have. You know, whether it's want to be a USB-C or USB-A. Do you want to have a mono or you want a stereo headsets? Do you want to be portable, light that you're traveling with it, or you want it at your desk? You know, again, some people like the over the ear, the one I'm using right now, the Voyager one, and some they don't. But I guess with this type of the headsets, if you're wearing the glasses, probably it's not the most comfortable one. The over-the-head headsets are amazing and they're super lightweight, and that's a great thing about this one. And again, I'm going to emphasize on the quality of devices, of the manufacturing, quality of the sound that you have, and also Poly has an amazing warranty that comes with it as well. So with that is very important. With the headsets, again, there's a different types of headsets you can do and how you connect in it. And of course, Bluetooth, all the headsets, other than wired one, they have a Bluetooth that you can connect to Bluetooth. But if you're working in a large area that, again, if there are hundreds of people sitting, the Bluetooth perhaps might not be the best choice. And they're using a DECT wireless, which is almost like a USB key you put in your device. And first of all, make that communication secure and also give you better range, and you can have more people in that area. So if there are 100 people sitting there with a Bluetooth, could cause some issues and does not. And of course, the traditional the headsets, that more lightweight one with a wire that you just plug into USB and you go. The great thing about all these devices, as I mentioned, they are all Microsoft Teams certified. That means they actually understand how the Teams works, and they have a buttons on it that you can, join the Teams call right from the headset. You don't have to do anything, and it's just really make it great. Uh, one bit of information. Actually, I had a opportunity to visit the Polis Research Center in Amsterdam a few years ago, and it's a phenomenal what they do. It's just like a jaw-dropping, that amount of research to go through for the quality of headset. And one of the things was that they had this original headset that was used on the moon landing, the first moon landing. So again, Poly goes a long way back with their devices and headsets, and then they know headsets, right? So if it was good for moon landing, I think it's good. And that was 1969. So you can see how far they come in. One of the interesting thing they did in the research center was that they actually molded every staff in that center ears, and they tested the headset on every of those molds to make sure it fits well on those. And again, just the amount of research they do is phenomenal. Next, we're gonna get to the phones and the speaker phones. Of course, traditionally everybody had the desk phones that we had those things, and again, more people because there are more hybrid, they move to headsets, but that doesn't mean that there are needs for these type of phones. Maybe for the management, or could be in the waiting area, reception, of those things. You see, want to have the regular phone, and these are great. They come in a different variety and flavors that you can do. And also you have the speaker phones. Again, they are team enabled speaker phones, and you can have it with you. So you can just say you're traveling, you have few people that are on the desk you want to talk, you can have it there, and you can get on a Teams phone through a speaker phone. And it is very small and portable, and I will be able to showcase it to you very shortly. The next thing is the video conferencing. This is one of my favorites. These devices are amazing. First of all, it's all in one piece. So especially this Poly Studio X units, which is come with it, again, different flavors, X30, X50, X70. They also have the more personal version that sits on top of your monitors. So again, there's large range of the video conferencing that's available. The great thing about this thing is that just one piece. There's no computer needed. You don't have to do anything. This bar sits on top of your TV. The cameras are great, and you can see. And actually, one of the images we are sharing on top of the screen, that's one of our meeting rooms. that it is right now. I turn on the Poly X50 there, and the great thing about it, the camera is amazing. It's always focused on the people is talking. So if I go to that room and start talking, that they zoom into that person. So that's enough. The speaker on it, great. This thing, uh, the way that it's built, the speakers, that you could be standing beside the unit and whisper and get you well. You could be 15 feet away and talk. Also have a great quality of those things. So just make it easy. And these devices come with something called TC8. This is what you see on this image here. Sits on the desk, is a power over internet. So that's that, and you controlling the device. So if you have a meeting, all you have to do, you go to the room, you see the meetings, you click OK, and you join a meeting. That's it. You don't have to bring the laptop. You don't have to bring anything. And also serves as the itinerary for that room as well, right? Because people go into the room, they're not sure who else needed or if the room is booked or not. You don't have to guess. That also serves as the itinerary. So that's a great device to have. Again, power over internet, just one cable to it. You don't need to pull multiple cables, and does a great job. That's it. We're gonna do the walkthrough. Just give me 1 second, and I'm gonna get on my camera and join this call on my phone. And again, isn't Teams great? So you can do that. So I'm gonna add this device to it, and hopefully you can see me. All right. Let me see camera on this. Enable camera. All right. I think we're good. Just see if you can see my camera. Can you see my camera on the other one, John? Okay. All right. So we're gonna in, and we can zoom in into this, and we're walking. If I can pin this camera. Sorry about this. I'm gonna stop the presentation. That's what I need to do. Yeah. All right. So this is the setup I created here, so we can look at the different devices here we have. So I'm gonna start from this the Encore Pro 525 USB thing. You can see, it's a stereotype. We talk about the, the desk speaker phone that is portable. It's come with a great bag as well, so you can carry it nicely in your briefcase. Then we go to more high-end one, a Voyager 4320. It's come with a nice charging. Again, wireless. You can walk around with it. It's a great quality. And one thing I didn't mention about the noise canceling and the zoning. Basically, they do have something called fence that it will realize where you are sitting there. So somebody could sit in beside you and vacuuming or do anything like that, and nobody gonna hear those things. So the technology on this one is great. The one I'm using right now, this is great portable unit that you can use. Again, the nice thing about that, this has its own case. The case has a charger, so the case charged for 8 hours. So as you placing the headset in the here and you're traveling, and it's also charging, you can see the lights here that is showing that how much charge the device has, and if that thing need to be charging. So these are great. We're gonna go back to the more lightweight version that these are USB. Again, this model come with a stereo mono, and they come with a nice case too. So you can just always put in a case and carry that. So next thing, I'm gonna go to this our telephone room, we call it. And we have the phones and the traditional phones that you can almost like that. So you pick up the phone and you can just dial the number as you wish. So again, just make it very easy that you have this, and you can make a call or answer. And this is good for the perhaps reception. There's a larger version of this, has a built-in camera, everything for management. Maybe they don't want to use a headset. You want to use a traditional the phone, and you can use this. So this is great device. Next, we're gonna go to the boardroom. And you can see that's a Poly Studio X50. And then we have the unit here. That's a TC8. Or the volume, so there's no echo here. So this device is great. You can see who is on it. You can mute and unmute from here, and also you can see if I'm and as moving here, the other camera will adjust itself. And again, I turn off the speaker so it doesn't recognize me right now, but it is great. So on one screen, you can see, yeah, so it zoom into me on the other camera. So one screen gonna be the presentation, the other screen gonna be the attendees. In this case, because I turn off my presentation, it divides the attendees. If the camera was on, we could see everybody's face on the both monitors. So that the Poly X Studio X50 and X70, they support two monitors. So again, one would be the presentation, one would be the videos of the people attending the call. And if you turn off the sharing, we'll divide the attendees into the two screen there. So next thing I'm gonna show you is gonna walk into the other room. Now, of course, I have to show you the archive and component, that's for sure. So this is the Poly Studio 30. It's a smaller unit, and you can see it sits on top of the TV. You can get a mounting bracket. If the TV is too high, you can mount it on the bottom of it as well. So just make it very easy. And here, this is the you want to join.
John is just moving between devices now. We know that the audio got a little choppy on the far side of the office space, but I think he's back with us now.
Yes, yes. So again, sorry, I was just again, I've used the headset a bit and I went too far. But again, you can see you can just move out, and I didn't switch my audio. I was using the same audio, and I'm back with that. So again, is great. You can see the different rooms and all those things that we had, and just the different options that we have. So again, I'll be happy to kind of share, of course, more information on any of the devices. This was just a quick walkthrough of the what is available out there. So I'm going to bring it back to our presentation here again, and just give me 1 second. Go back to the. All right, so that's our demo. So next thing I want to show you, which is very exciting also. So, okay, we got all these devices, we got all the phones and all those things, but we might have different locations and different sites and so on, or different floors. How are we going to manage these devices? Are we going to have to go to each one? That answer is no, especially on the video conferences and the phones. There's a software come with it that available to all Poly device users called PolyLens, which is a central location allow you to manage all your devices. Make sure that I have a latest firmware on it, the setting, the which site it is, which room it is. So it really make it very easy to do and add the devices going forward to manage it. And I'm also going to switch to that to kind of share how that look like. And we're going to go to this screen, and I think you should be able to see my screen right now. All right. So this is a poly lens. Again, you go to lens.poly.com. The link is on the PowerPoint, so you don't have to worry about it. I will share that. We will share that presentation. So again, we're going to go to the manage. So here we look at our devices and the inventory. So a few things I was showing you. The devices we have. The CCX500 was the phone that I was showing you. So you can look at the phone to see, okay, does it have the latest firmware or not? Where is the location the room is? What site it is? What firmware and those things? And you can reset and troubleshoot it if you need to. So really make it easy. Also on the Studio X50 and 30, they come with a TC8. So even though they show different units, if you go to these devices, you can see what is the device joined to that link devices. So again, the TC8 joined to this device, what kind of update. You can set it up to auto update to latest version or not. But I don't know, about 7 or 8 months ago, they released a version that was a small issue to it. So again, by having this, you can also revert back to the previous version of the software that you had, it was working until the issue is resolved. So that's give you lots of flexibility and lots of setting that you can do. You can go through the troubleshooting and set up lots of different configuration here. And then you want to go to Insight and Dashboard. You want to see how the devices are used and they're connected and how many times they have been used. So that helps you with your planning. If you decide to kind of say, you know what, we need to replace something, or how often that your room is used, or those things, you can also look at it as, okay, that room has been used 18 times or and so on. So you can get a good idea and what's the peak time of that device is. So it depends on the data range. You can go by the quarter or the year or so on. Yeah. Again, the software is there. And the nice thing about it, once you set up this the lens, you can give access to your other colleagues. And the login is great. You just use your Microsoft 365 credential to log in and set up this. So that's a great thing about the tool is like you don't have to manage it with a different credential, those things. And we also support our clients as well. And if they give us delegation access, we can have access to the tenant. And again, this is all cloud-based. So that's really give it a peace of mind for clients as well to be able to kind of, if we need to look at it, we can look at it remotely regardless of where they're located. All right, so I'm gonna come back again to my PowerPoint and share a few other things. And again, if you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask through the chat. And I'm gonna go back to the right second here. And apologize about the going back and forth. But yeah, so we talk about the poly lens. So that's great. And then the other thing I want to talk about, again, there is a full catalog for the Microsoft Teams devices. This is again, just feel free to download this catalog. There's lots of options available. But the nice thing about this one, you will find all team certified devices. That's important, right? And with most of the devices they have, like with the Studio X50, those things, when you're setting up, that will give you option to, again, they're not, the hardware is not any different. So again, but this will give you the different options and configuration to provide you with that. Next thing, again, I want to thank you for attending today's session. I hope you find it informative. Again, we love the product. We use it extensively within the Point Alliance, and we are very familiar with it. So if you have any question, we'd be happy to answer it. We also want to encourage you to attend our upcoming webinars. They are usually on the third Tuesday of each month. We had to move this one because I was attending a Microsoft conference last week, so we moved that one a week. But again, they're always on the 30th of each month. Now the exciting part is that we're gonna have a draw here, and we were thinking about it, and I talked to my friends at Poly, and instead of doing a draw and I go here, we do one better. We're gonna send you all that attended today's session a Poly device. So I will contact you later, or you have my email address. Please feel free to send me your email address and your mailing address, I should say. Please send it to me, and I will ship you a device. So again, everybody is a winner today. Why not? I hope you enjoy our session, and please feel free to leave us a review. We love the Google reviews, and you know, and we are fortunate to have great clients. We have a very capable staff to help you guys, and that's it. That bring our session to the end. But so if I don't hear you shortly, I will contact you and get your address, and I will ship you a device shortly. Oh, the question. The question was that do you come up north and install as well? I would love to come up north, especially with the good weather coming up. So yes, definitely. Actually, I was halfway through where you are this week. So yes, I would love to.
That meant north of Steeles, I think. Was that just to clarify what north is? North of Steeles Avenue. Okay.
Yes, as long as it's before September, we would love to come up north. All right. Any other question? Any? I will share this one shortly. You will get an email, and you all have a wonderful week. Thank you for attending.